Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
America's finest silver plate is 1847 Rogers Brothers. From Hollywood, International Silver Company, creators of 1847 Rogers Brothers Silver Plate, presents The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, starring young America's favorite couple, Ozzie Nelson and Harriet Hilliard. And now, once again, let us visit the Nelsons at 1847 Rogers Road. As we join Ozzie and Harriet, they've just finished breakfast. Ozzie is reading the morning paper.
What you reading, dear? The funny page?
Now, why do you say that? Does it ever occur to you that I might be reading the editorial page or the financial page?
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. What are you reading?
The funny page. You know something? They must have used a lot of care the way they place these comic strips.
What do you mean?
But now, just look at little Abner and Dick Tracy. Who else besides Breathless Mahoney could exist next to the little stinker?
Oh, that episode's been finished for weeks. You must have an old paper there.
I don't think so. Oh, by golly, you're right. Oh, sure, I remember reading this article here. Incidentally, it's very unusual.
Oh, really? What's it about?
It's about a dog by the name of Dice Game. She had 8 puppies.
Well, what's so unusual about that?
She did it the hard way, 2 fours.
That's silly. Morning, Mother. Morning, Dad. Good morning, David.
Hello, son.
Did you sleep well last night?
Like a log.
Just fine. How was breakfast?
Well?
Coffee was wonderful. And how are you feeling? Fine, dear.
Great.
Then I'd like to ask you for a raise in my allowance. Okay? Gee, thanks.
No. Not right so fast. Tell me, how much are you getting now?
50 cents a week, Dad.
And how much do you want?
75 cents a week.
Oh, I'm sorry, David. It's absolutely out of the question.
Why, Dad?
Well, just think, David, how would it look if you were getting a bigger allowance than me?
Say, why all this sudden need for money anyway, David? Well, I got expenses, like going down to the store and getting sodas.
Oh, I see. And you usually take that little girl down the block, don't you? Sally Kinney?
Yes, I do.
And do you pay for her sodas?
Oh, no, we're not that serious.
Well, I still think that 50 cents is plenty for an 8-year-old boy.
David, Daddy's just trying to tell you that you should learn the value of money. Well, that's just it, Mom. You want me to be thrifty and save my money, don't you?
Yes.
Well, I spend it all now, but if I got an extra quarter, then I'd have something to save. How about it?
Well, I don't know. It's up to your father.
What do you say, Pop?
Well, David, when I was your age...
Oh, Pop, not one of those stories.
Now, David, if you want to get a raise, you've got to listen to your father's story.
Oh, well, it's not compulsory, you know, Harriet.
Oh, Ozzie, don't be so sensitive.
Then tell me all about when you were my age, Pop.
Well, I'm out of the mood. But I do think you're old enough to earn part of your spending money. Now, when I was your age...
He's back in the mood again.
Now, Harriet, please.
I'll tell you, David, I know what he did when he was your age as well as he does. When your father was your age, he cut the grass every Saturday. The lawn was 150 feet deep and 75 feet wide.
78
feet wide. And full of the roughest, toughest, hardest to cut grass in the state.
And a lot of little stones that always caught in the lawnmower.
Who's telling this story, dear?
Oh, excuse me, go ahead.
But all he got for cutting all that grass was 10 cents. And sometimes he had a hard time collecting it, too.
I'll tell you what I'll do, David. Our lawn is much smaller, but I'll give you 25 cents to cut it.
No thanks, Pop.
Well, suppose I make it 35 cents.
The lawn next door is smaller than ours, but they offered me 50 cents to cut it.
What are they trying to do, ruin the child labor market?
David, your father used to go from door to door selling magazines, soap, perfume, hair tonics, snake oil, rheumatism remedies.
No, I didn't. The snake oil, but not the rheumatism remedies.
Well, at any rate, David, you can see that your father was very industrious at your age.
That's the way I think you ought to be, David. Go out and use your head. Sell something. Sell anything. It's very good training for you.
And I guess I don't get the raise, huh?
Well, David, I feel you ought to earn the money for yourself somehow. It's for your own good.
Okay, but I wish you wouldn't think about my own good so much. See you later.
You know he's a good little guy, isn't he?
He sure is. Would you like another cup of coffee, Ozzie?
Yes, I would, if you don't mind.
I don't mind, but does Gloria mind?
Gloria! Oh, Gloria!
Did you call me, Mrs. Nelson?
Yes, I did, Gloria. We'd like some more coffee. It's very good.
Yes, it certainly was.
Well, isn't there any more, Gloria?
No, Mr. Nelson. There was just enough for the three of us. A cup for you and a cup for Mrs. Nelson and 5 cups for me.
Well, that's life, I suppose.
Didn't I just hear you talking to David?
Yes, he just went out. I was having a little talk with him about money.
Did you get any from him, Mr. Nelson?
Gloria, Mr. Nelson was merely trying to explain the value of money to David. We probably should have explained to him how to budget his allowance. You keep a budget, don't you, Gloria?
Oh, of course I keep a budget. I've been keeping a budget for 10 years. Every time I spend any money, I put it right down in one column. And every time I make any money, I put it right down in the other column.
Well, that's very wise, Gloria.
Oh, yes. You know something, Mrs. Nelson?
What?
Someday I'm going to add it all up.
How is it you learned to be so thrifty, Gloria?
Well, I had to support myself from a very early age. You see, my father drank all the time. He was always stinking from drinking.
Oh, that's too bad.
But then one day my mother gave him the cure.
Oh, she gave him the cure, huh? Was it permanent?
Oh, it was permanent, all right. She used a shotgun.
Well, that sounds permanent enough.
Well, I better clear these dishes away. My boyfriend Elmer's coming over in a little while.
Say, I haven't seen Elmer around lately. What's he been doing?
The same old thing. Loafing.
But last week you told me he had a job.
Oh, he did. But it only lasted one day. He worked in the ladies' department store as a window decorator.
Well, why did he quit?
He found out those women in the windows weren't real. Well, I'll see you later.
Hello, Sonny. Oh, here's the order from the grocery store.
I'll take it, mister. Gee, look, you got a big hole in your coat.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just tore it. And I got a date with my girl in a half an hour. I'm really in a spot.
Say, I've got an idea. Would you want another coat?
Well, you ain't exactly my size, Junior.
No, I mean one of my father's. He's got some old ones that are in very good shape. I could sell you one.
That's a great idea. Hey, look, see if you can find a blue one with a red stripe to go with these green pants.
I'll find you a good one, all right. But, of course, I'll have to charge you a lot of money for it. As much as $1.
Well, I'm a sport. Go get it. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Are you sure this is okay with your old man?
Oh, yes. He told me I was supposed to do this. He said, sell something and make some money. Wait here. I'll get the coat for you.
Are you glad to see me, Lana?
Sure I am, Joe. And you look so wonderful, too. Jake, that's a nice coat you got on.
Oh, it's just a little something I had made.
Well, maybe you better take it off, Joe. It's kind of warm in here.
Yeah. Especially when I'm sitting next to you, Lana. Okay, I'll take it off. Now, let me put my arms around you, honey.
Now, Joe. Oh, my goodness. That must be Heyman outside the door. Quick, Joe, down the fire escape. Heyman is 6 feet tall.
I'll hide in the closet.
No, down the fire escape.
Why can't I hide in the closet?
Well, okay, but the guy in there is even bigger.
Well, you talked me into it, Lana. It's down the fire escape for me.
Coming, Heyman, just a minute.
Where is he?
Now, take it easy, Heyman. There's nobody here.
Don't give me that. I hate a guy talking in here.
Oh, that was just an announcer on the radio. Oh, you're so cute. Come on, sit down, Heyman. Relax. Let me fluff up your muscles.
Okay, Len, I'm sorry. I guess I... wait a minute. Whose coat is that?
What coat?
That one right there with the tweed buttons. So you was two-timing me, huh?
Now, calm down,
Oh,
Heyman.
yeah? Well, Oh, look, here's the guy's name, right here by the inside pocket. Ozzie Nelson, huh?
Oh, no.
Ozzie Nelson. 1847 Rogers Road.
No, Heyman, you're making a mistake.
Oh, yeah? Ozzie Nelson. I'll break that rat's neck.
It's time for those lovely singing stars, the famous King Sisters.
Someday he'll come along, the man I love. He'll be big and strong, man I love. And when he comes my way, I'll do my best to make him stay. He'll look at me and smile, I'd understand. And in a little while, he'll take my hand. And though it seems absurd, I know we both won't say a word. Maybe I will meet him someday. Maybe Monday. Maybe not. Still, I'm sure to meet him someday. Maybe today will be my good news day. We'll build a little home just for two, from which I'll never roam. The woods would do, and so all else above, I'm waiting for the man I love. Maybe I will meet him someday. Maybe Monday. Maybe not. But I'm sure to meet him on one day. Maybe Tuesday will be my good news day. We'll build a little home in Brooklyn Heights. A cozy one-room nest in a walk-up den flight. And so all else above, I'm waiting for the man I love. Love that man. We'll build a little home that's just meant for two. I'd hesitate before I'd roam. I never want to leave again, boy, with you. And so all else above, I'm waiting for the man I love.
was the King sisters doing their bit for romance. And now the orchestra changes to the traditional romantic theme.
I pronounce you man and wife. I pronounce you man and wife. I pronounce you man and wife.
Yes, it's wonderful, friends, wonderful. Every GI and his girl getting married. Every GI and his girl going home at last. To the home they planned and dreamed about, these many years. A home tastefully furnished with things they can be proud of for many, many years. Things like the silver plate of 1847 Rogers Brothers. There is silver plate that brings you beauty, imaginative design, lasting pleasure and satisfaction. In fact, everything about 1847 silver plate is so unusual and so fine that once you've seen it, you just can't be satisfied with any other silver plate. And it won't be long before your silverware dealer has it in stock for you. So wait for that day. Don't choose any silver plate for your new home until you've seen the finest 1847 Rogers Brothers silver plate. And now back to Ozzie and Harriet. Well, it certainly looks as though little David Nelson started something when he sold his father's coat to the delivery man. Poor Ozzie. Little does he know that his coat with his name in it has been discovered in glamorous Lana Shanahan's apartment by none other than Herman, Lana's jealous boyfriend. Poor Ozzie. Oh, well. Meanwhile, blissfully ignorant of his unfortunate predicament, our hero is casually strolling down the street.
Goodbye, little yellow man.
Mr. Nelson.
Oh, hello, Emmy Lou. Hey, what's wrong? You look as though you just lost your best Woody Herman record.
Oh, I'm very unhappy, Mr. Nelson. I've got such a terrible problem, and I don't know what to do. I'm so terribly inexperienced. I need advice from someone like you.
Someone like me?
Mm-hmm. I'm so very young, and you're so very old.
Well, thanks, but what's the trouble, Emmy Lou?
Well, it's about my boyfriend, Larry. He was at the movies with another girl last night, and it seems so hard to believe what he told me. Mr. Nelson, do you think that men tell the truth?
Well, they're about as truthful as women.
Oh, the nasty fibbers. I had such faith in Larry, too. He wanted to take me to the movies last night. I explained to him what an awful headache I had and how desperately ill I felt. I never dreamed he'd go to the movies with someone else.
Well, are you sure he was there, Emmy Lou?
Oh, positive. Coming back from the Palladium, Charlie and I saw him. You just can't trust men.
It certainly looks that way.
Men. You know, sometimes I get so mad.
That you wish there were no men?
Oh, no, I never get that mad.
Well, I guess the best thing for you to do is try and win Larry back.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. I've just been downtown shopping, and I bought some wonderful perfume. They had 4 different kinds to choose from.
Oh, what were they called?
Come hither, come nearer, come closer.
And the last one?
Where do we go from here?
Emmy Lou, I'm positive that you bought some of that. Where do we go from here?
You're right, Mr. Nelson. Here, do you want to smell it?
Okay, I'll take a little sniff. Oh, my gosh. That's some perfume.
Well, that was nothing, Mr. Nelson. Wait till you take the cork out.
Is that the stuff you're going to try to win Larry back with?
Mm-hmm. Do you think this perfume will make Larry notice me?
Even if you leave the city. Yeah, I mean, Lou, you better take this stuff back before it overwhelms me.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Nelson. It spilled all over you.
Oh, that's all right, Emmy Lou. Nothing to worry about. It'll dry up.
But what will Mrs. Nelson think if you come home with all that perfume? Won't she think that...
Oh, no, of course not. Don't give it another thought. Mrs. Nelson trusts me implicitly. Don't worry about it, Emmy. And good luck with Larry.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Mr. Nelson in?
No, I'm sorry. He's not in right now.
That's too bad. I wanted to strangle him.
Well, he should be back in about... What?
You heard me, lady. I'm here to get that skunk.
Why? Who are you, the little stinker? Is this a joke or something?
This here ain't no joke. This here Ozzie Nelson has been running around with my girl, see?
My husband running around with your girl?
That's right, sister. And I intend to put a stop to that.
Oh, you must be mistaken. My husband is the most faithful man that breathes.
I intend to put a stop to that, too.
Well, now, look, I'm sure there must be some mistake.
There's no mistake. Your husband is trying to beat my time with Lana Shanahan, the most beautiful dame in the world.
Oh, really? How's he making out?
Listen, 3/4 of an hour ago, he was sitting on her davenport pitching wool at her. Oh, I feel sorry for you, Mrs. Nelson.
What for? I think it's all sort of funny.
Oh, your husband's a goner now. Once the man meets Lana Shanahan, he's never the same.
Oh. You mean he'll throw rocks at me when he comes home? Oh, look, I'm sorry, but I just know you're mistaken. My husband is a very nice person, and I trust him absolutely and completely.
Well, no guy can steal my girl and get away with it.
But I tell you, it couldn't have been Ozzie. Believe me, you're just making a wolf out of a cocker spaniel.
Lady, I ain't just guessing. I got proof. Here, take a look at this coat here. Does this coat look familiar to you?
Well, yes, it does.
It's your husband's, ain't it?
Yes, it's Ozzie's coat, all right. I'd recognize his shoulders anywhere.
Well, I found this coat up in my girl's apartment.
Oh, look, this whole thing is ridiculous. I don't care how many of these coats you found there.
I got plenty more evidence, sister. The guy at my girl's place had kind of a low voice.
Well, it might be Ozzie.
He had a sort of a silly giggle.
Well, that might be Ozzie.
And he was making passionate love to her.
You got the wrong guy.
Lady, there ain't no use trying to protect your husband. As soon as he pokes his nose in that door, I'm gonna beat him to a pulp.
Well, I'm just warning you, my husband knows jiu-jitsu.
No politician's gonna help him out of this.
But will you at least give Ozzie a chance to explain when he comes in?
I ain't giving him nothing. When he walks in that door, I'm gonna...
Oh, hello, dear. I see you have company.
I'll say you got company. And I ain't leaving here till I crush the life out of a Satan rat.
Oh, the man from the exterminator.
Well, not exactly, dear. This man came here to exterminate you. He claims that you've been romancing his girlfriend and you were with her this afternoon.
Why, that's silly, Harriet. Surely you don't believe him.
Oh, of course not. But he
Wait
says
a minute. Where was you this afternoon, chum?
Well, I was just out walking.
There, you see, he was out walking. Say, let me smell you a minute, Ozzie. What were you out walking with, a halibut?
Just as I thought. Lana Shanahan's pipe.
No, just a second. That's not Lana's perfume. That's some other girl's perfume.
Little man, you've had a busy day.
No. That's not what I meant at all. I can explain everything if you just give me a chance.
Okay, I'll give you a chance. Is this your coat?
Yeah, sure, that's my coat.
Well, explain this. What was it doing in my girlfriend Lana's apartment?
I'm sure I don't know, and I don't know your girlfriend Lana.
A likely story. I should have punched you when you first walked in. Why,
just a minute. Whom do you think you're pushing around?
Home. You. That's home.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so. I got a good mind to punch you right in the nose.
You do, and I'll bleed all over you.
Oh, now, look, why don't you two be sensible? Listen, mister, I have an idea. Suppose I assure you that it'll never happen again. That you have my word that my husband will never again bother your girlfriend, Lana. Would that satisfy you?
Well,
suppose I promise to put a collar and leash on him and never let him out of the house without me.
A collar and leash, huh? Yeah, that's good. Okay, lady, I'll settle for that. So long, folks.
I'll be getting back to Lennon now.
Oh, gee, honey, that was a clever way to get rid of him. Saying you were going to put a collar and a leash on me. You know, dear, I never could have... Yes, dear.
What size neck have you got?
Now, Harriet, you can't really believe that silly story about that fellow's girlfriend.
Well, what do you expect me to believe? Having all that perfume on you and not knowing how your coat got into her apartment?
If you'll just let me explain, the perfume was spilled on me accidentally by Emmy Lou. As for the coat, I can't possibly imagine how it got there.
Hello, Mother. Hi, Dad.
Hello, son.
Hello, Lana.
Hey, where'd you get that lollipop? It's the size of a small manhole cover.
It cost me 50 cents, Mom. I earned some extra spending money like Pop told me.
Well, that's fine, son. I'm proud of you. How did you make the money?
Well, it was a cinch. I sold an old coat of yours to the delivery man.
Hey, tell me, David, was this coat here on the chair the one you sold?
Gee, that's the one, all right. How'd it get back here? Didn't the fellow like it?
No, he liked it all right. I'll tell you about it later, David. Right now, there's something I want to discuss with your mother.
Oh, now, Ozzie, you don't think I really believed a word of what that man said? You know me well enough for that.
Harriet.
Yes, dear?
What size neck have you got?
The end of the war means many things to the silversmiths of 1847 Rogers Brothers. But it means one thing in particular. It means that they have already returned to the job they love, the creation of 1847 Rogers Brothers, America's finest silver plate. In the bitter, frightful years of war, their fine craftsmanship was devoted to turning out fighting equipment and life-saving equipment for our armed forces. But they're now back at their old tasks, creating silver plate that's the last word in loveliness. Silver plate that can't fail to give you a sense of complete enjoyment. So, friends, if you're planning to get silver plate, my advice is to wait until 1847 Rogers Brothers is again at your silverware dealers. That day is not far off. Sooner than you think, you'll be able to go in and ask to see 1847's unique patterns. The pattern Adoration, for example, which was such a pre-war favorite. Adoration has the high raised ornamentation and deep etching so like solid silver. It has the streamlined contours, the delicate chasing, and the exquisite finish that make it truly a prize in silver plate. A prize it will pay you to wait for. So remember the pattern name, Adoration. The creator, 1847 Rogers Brothers.
Now you see, Harriet, you are convicting me on purely circumstantial evidence.
All right. I forgive you, dear. Answer the door, please.
Okay. You forgive me. I should be forgiving you.
I knew you'd be sensible. Thank you, dear.
Yes?
Are you Ozzie Nelson?
Yes.
You are, huh? Are these yours?
Holy smokes, my pants. Where'd you... Harriet.
Yes, dear?
I think we'll just have to give David a raise in his allowance.
International Silver Company, creators of 1847 Rogers Brothers Silver Plate, invite you to listen again next Sunday to the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, with songs by the King Sisters and music by Ozzie Nelson's orchestra. And don't forget, America's finest silver plate is 1847 Rogers Brothers. This program originates in the Hollywood studios of the Columbia Broadcasting System and is also broadcast over the Trans-Canada Network of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. This adventure of Ozzie and Harriet will be transmitted to our men and women overseas by shortwave and through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service.
Wells Fargo presents one of the surest ways to grow your money. A Wells Fargo CD account, where you can earn a 5.00% annual percentage yield on an 11-month term with a minimum opening deposit of $5,000. Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/CD rates to open a CD account and start growing your savings with us.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.